Metachromatic leukodystrophy has been one of the most difficult of the diseases to really make a difference with. And in no small way, Dean and Tara Sewer moved the field forward, pushing not only for effective treatment, but also providing all kinds of support for patients and their families.
And the sort of people that I've known now for perhaps the better part of a quarter century. They came to Britain many times, and they did their best to bring awareness of the condition, which is, of course, much needed, but also to update people, bring them all together to be advocates for better therapies, quicker therapies, better diagnosis and awareness in every way.
I've been a chemistry professor at University of Washington for almost 40 years, and I didn't work in the newborn screening field for the first 20, 25 years of my career. When we had our second child, she had amniocentesis, and I asked the nurse, what do you test for? Ron Scott at Seattle Children's Hospital. He told me, we don't screen for all 10,000 diseases. We only screen for things for which we have good treatments. I finally got around to talking to an expert in the field. Arvind Fluharty told me that the MLD Foundation is down in Portland, Oregon. I needed to talk to the SIRS. The first thing, of course, is we needed samples from MLD patients, and this is where the SIRS really helped me out, is through their foundation and their patient registry. They contacted families. We got blood samples and urine samples from MLD patients. The MLD Foundation, Dean and Taryn, helped me from the beginning of newborn screening, and they deserve the credit for that.
Their ability to, from scratch, start a foundation that does all the things that they wanted to do, patient support, advocacy for treatment, those are the things that they really have accomplished.
Thank you, Dean and Taryn, for making this possible. I have great admiration for people like you, parents of kids that suffered from MLD, that don't walk away from this problem. This is what we should be doing. And the SIRS have been with us the whole way from the beginning.
You deserve this Patient Advocacy Award for your work in MLD. You have been the leading patient advocate in this area. You have provided a pathway forward to really making a difference for children, not just in the area of therapies, but also in support, in providing approaches to managing children who don't have the opportunity to have treatment. So I congratulate you and feel that you are most deserving of this award.
You contributed to so much in terms of human suffering, and that little bit of kindness that goes such a long way in this area. You can't stop now, Dean and Taryn. You're thoroughly deserving of the award, thoroughly from every aspect.
Well, thank you for all your tremendous work over many, many years, all you've gone through, all of your diligence. Yeah. You've certainly more than earned this crystal.
Oh, thank you.
This award. Thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Wow. Thank you. It's been our first time we entered the World Symposium was at the second World Symposium. And we walked in and Chet said to me, metachromatic leukodystrophy, isn't that a leukodystrophy? And I smiled at him and said, yes, but you also know it's a lysosomal disease. And I think it was your attempt to get rid of us, but we didn't go anywhere. We stayed here. And we're still here. And here we are 2 decades later, celebrating the accomplishments of MLD and the achievements over the past years. But it didn't happen alone. All your dedication and compassion to research for lysosomal diseases that is, that's why we're all here. And it's an honor to be recognized, not one that we expected. Our most cherished awards will always, our most cherished award, however, will always be the hugs and thank yous we get from our families that we serve. And that's why we do what we do.
So in the tradition of award ceremonies, the first thing I want to do is thank my parents. I want to thank them for their crappy genes and for my lovely wife's crappy genes, because from that, we had 2 MLD children, and you saw some pictures of them, and that's why we're here. It was 20 years ago when we first met the gene therapy researchers, a group from Italy, and they were making a presentation around a room, and honestly, the bulk of the researchers there said, "That's crazy stuff. That'll never work." We stuck with them. We're excited that we're where we are with the FDA approval and Orchard getting an award, and Jim Wilson in his acknowledgement yesterday with the Brady Award. Likewise, as Professor Gelb pointed out, it was actually 18 years ago we started on newborn screening. It's been a long journey and not a straight road. We want to thank the awards committee and Dr. Whitley, who's stuck with us, as my wife says, for the bulk of this last 20 years. Most of all, the nearly 1,000 MLD families that we've had the pleasure of working with, many of which we've met personally, been into their homes and their houses. They've welcomed us and they've trusted us, and we appreciate that. The hundreds of researchers and the dozens, if not hundreds, of academic, industry, and regulatory and legislative partners that we've worked with as well. But to all of you, to the researchers, I just have a quick message. One, celebrate the little accomplishments. Every accomplishment matters. And in those times when you are working late to try and solve a problem or things didn't go right, we really appreciate that. Those little accomplishments will add up and make up for that. And most of all, know that your work is impacting lives, it's saving lives, and that's the most important thing. So thank you very much. We're humbled and we appreciate it.
Thank you.